From WQAD News 8, this is Good Morning Quad Cities.
Good morning, Quad Cities. Thank you so much for joining us here on the 8 Plus app for our 8 a.m. show. I'm Devin Brooks.
And I'm meteorologist Morgan Strackbine. And for Andrew, we've been definitely seeing some fog out there this morning, but I'm actually seeing the cameras and we're seeing maybe just a little bit of sun, which is exactly what we need to try to get the fog to get out of the area.
That's what I wanted to see is also our dew point, any humidity.
Oh, we're feeling it for sure this morning. We got some pretty high dew points because we have 100% humidity as we take a look right now from our Moline camera. And again, we're still going to see fog linger around here maybe for a little bit longer, but it's starting to look a bit better. But right now, north of I-80 is where we see some of the denser fog sitting at around 1/4 mile in Dubuque and Clinton. Again, should see a lot of the fog begin to lift here, but I don't think we're going to see too much sunshine. Burlington so far has been getting some showers. Galesburg starting to see some rain chances push in as well. So we have this round in the morning, and we'll see another round later on this afternoon and evening. These rain chances are going to remain periodic, but also going to remain very scattered and isolated. So not a washout by any means, but when will we see the sunny skies return? We're talking about that coming up in just a little bit. Devin.
It's the start of the week and more students are headed back for their first day of class. Now, Mercer County students head back to class in 3 days, and right now their teachers don't have a contract. A second round of negotiations with a mediator is scheduled for today, according to a teacher. Pay increases are a top concern. The Mercer County Teachers Union has been in talks since February, with their previous contract expiring in June. This impacts more than 100 teachers across 5 schools. Today, the Durant, Iowa School District is on track for a big boost to its career and technical education programs. That's thanks to a grant of up to $50,000 from Iowa's Education Department. The money will be used to help students get industry-recognized credentials, and these could be certifications or licenses, which can help make it easier for students to find a job after graduation. Students in the Galesburg School District return to class today. This is the first time in many years where there won't be a ton of changes. The Galesburg Public School Foundation has helped get ready for the year. Now, Galesburg School District has a total of 6 schools serving almost 4,000 students in the area. Students on Chicago's South Side marked the beginning of the school year with the 96th Bud Billiken Parade, celebrating decades of culture and community. Reporter Christian Pecos has the story.
A scorching sun sets the stage for a back-to-school Chicago tradition spanning nearly a century.
Every year come back and celebrate school. It's just like a big family reunion.
The 96th Bud Billiken Parade brought seemingly endless crowds to the city's south side, lining King Drive from 39th to 51st, a multi-generational celebration of culture, music, and family. From heart-pounding marching bands to dance troupes, creative floats, and more, the Bud always has something for everyone.
I grew up coming here. I've been coming here for 40 years. It's a time where family come together and celebrate. We get ready for back to school, the events, the giveaways. It's just a tradition.
Even before the parade stepped off Saturday morning, grills along the route fired up, filling the streets with the savory smells of summer, a timeless tradition for so many.
Just look at it. A lot of people enjoying themselves, looking at people dancing and, just having fun.
And with temperatures feeling more like 100 degrees, a local church stepped up to pass out thousands of bottles of water to help people stay cool. Pastor Donald Parsons says it's all about the kids.
I think it's important that we impact our children, absolutely get them exposed to all of the academics possible. And so this environment really encourages the kids.
The Bud Billiken Parade, sending Chicago students back to school on the right foot once again. On the South Side, I'm Christian Pecos, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Well, as you're packing your kids' lunch, they could be exposed to microplastics. And that's not the only place you'll find them. Here's a look at the impact that those plastics can have on you and your kids' health.
Toys, household appliances, cosmetics, and packaging can all have plastics in them. According to the Food and Drug Administration, microplastics and nanoplastics can be present in food, which is usually from environmental contamination where food is grown or raised.
Both microplastics and nanoplastics are the byproducts of plastic breakdown in the environment. You can think of nanoplastics as so small you can't see them with your own eye.
Both plastics have been found in humans. According to Cleveland Clinic researcher Dr. Christopher Hine, not only can they be found in foods, but in water and air. Dr. Hine says these plastics can affect things like our hormones, metabolism, and may even contribute to weight gain. The best way to limit your family's exposure to these plastics? Use microwave-safe food containers. Use glass or metal storage containers, and be careful where you keep your water bottle.
If you have the ability to store your water, it's in plastic outside of direct sunlight in a cool place, then please do.
Dr. Hines says you can't avoid all plastics, but more research needs to be done to fully understand the long-term impacts these plastics can have on our bodies. Well, while no districts in our area are heading back to school tomorrow, we have several that return Wednesday, including Geneseo, Orion, and East Moline school districts. Rock Falls elementary schools will also be back in session. Moline Cove Valley students will head back this Friday. And in Iowa, all three of the metro area's main districts begin on the same day. Davenport, Bettendorf, and Pleasant Valley all kick off the school year on August 25th. Well, we want to make sure you're ready and prepared to head back to the classroom with your family. Just text the word school to the number on your screen. That's 309-304-0888. And we'll send you a link to News 8 School Zone coverage. There, you'll find the start dates, headlines, and other stories and useful information for our local school districts. The festivities are still on in Des Moines. Today is Veterans Day at the Iowa State Fair, where we're taking a live look now. Today on the fairgrounds, you can get your lottery tickets at the Iowa Lottery Tent, and part of the proceeds will benefit our state's veterans and their families. Now turning to a live look. Also, we want to talk about the Illinois State Fair. And there it is. Senior and Scout Day is at the fair today. Fairgoers aged 60 and up and Scouts in uniform enjoy free admission all day. Catch the exciting ITPA truck and tractor pulls in the arena. See the cattle, draft horse, and goat shows. Enjoy Dolly Day's story time at the Sensory Station and groove to Shake, Rattle, and Roll, a free tribute concert at Grand Central. Well, opening day on Thursday brought in nearly 96,000 visitors to the Iowa State Fair, and Friday, August 8th, potentially the hottest day in fair history, saw more than 104,000 people through the gates. To put that into perspective, that's more people than the entire population of Davenport. It's 8:08, still ahead. A devastating derecho still impacting our region half a decade later. What silver lining, Iowa officials say, the August 2020 derecho brought to the Hawkeye State?
And we are going to continue to track in a few storm chances as we head through the next couple of days, as well as the humidity sticking around. But we'll talk about when we will see brighter skies, all coming up next in your accurate forecast.
From WQAD News 8, this is Good Morning Quad Cities.
Expertise doesn't come simply from classes and manuals and certifications. Expertise requires real-world experience. That's what Crawford Company has delivered to the Quad Cities for over 70 years. Whether you know us for heating and air conditioning, welded fabrication, plumbing, or electrical, our experts bring you peace of mind knowing you've chosen the best. Crawford Company.
Which would you rather sleep on? Do you have a foundation like that box of toothpicks we just cleaned up in our parking lot? Or does your mattress rest on box springs that give your body the support it needs for a good night's sleep? Call today or visit our stores in Moline and Bettendorf to help us build a custom box spring just for you. Call L&W Bedding for a better night's sleep.
The WQAD 8 Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time.
What is Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds' proposal?
Track how the weather will impact your day.
Weather impact alert is in place.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news, live from the scene.
There are a couple hundred people here.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. WQAD 8 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Sunday marked 5 years since the August 2020 derecho that slammed into our hometowns. It was one of the worst storms in modern history, killing 4 people, including 2 in Iowa. The derecho extended for nearly 800 miles and produced 25 tornadoes across Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana. Along the way, it killed or damaged an estimated 7 million trees across Iowa. That includes a whopping 13% of the state's urban tree canopy. Today, only about 9,000 of those trees have been replanted, but Iowa officials say there was a silver lining here, since many of Iowa's trees were the same species, making them vulnerable to disease.
So we kind of want to learn from that in the future and start to regrow our canopy with having a very diverse mix. That way, if we do have another specialist come in, we're just less impacted overall.
The 2020 derecho cost the Midwest $11 billion in damages, and to this day it remains the most expensive thunderstorm in U.S. history. It also remains the strongest derecho on record. As I bring in Morgan now, you were telling me that while you did work at WQAD at the time, you were following it from home.
I was. It was during COVID, and at that time I was kind of what we called the designated survivor for COVID, in case, James, Andrew, or Eric got sick, and I needed to kind of fill in for that backup. So I was at home. I remember watching it on TV and watching their coverage, and then literally watching that camera shot from our Davenport Eagle Eye, where you just see that plume of just dust of the wind coming in. Second it hit my area, power out, and I was out for the rest of the night.
I've never seen anything like
it
that.
It was crazy, and we have not seen anything like it ever since, thankfully. Yes, we're still going to see, though, some storm chances, speaking of rain and storms, but not anything too crazy going to be out there. We're definitely humid, though, and you can see that outside on our Clinton camera. We have a lot of fog that is still lingering around the area, although the visibility is starting to look quite a bit better out there on that camera. And we should continue to see those conditions lift as we get into the rest of your morning. Although we are still going to see some rain chances. We have temperatures around 70 degrees outside. We've seen some peaks of sunshine through clouds, but I really don't think we're going to see too much sunshine today. As we get into the rest of the afternoon, we're still going to see the influence of a boundary that has impacted us over the past couple of days. It brought us the rain chances over the weekend. It continues to keep us humid. It continues to bring in clouds. And again, it still is keeping us really humid. So again, the heavier pockets of fog are still being found north of I-80, Dubuque to Clinton, still remaining about a quarter mile of visibility. So again, still not too bad. We're seeing a lot of the areas begin to improve with the visibility, but I'm still seeing quite a bit of cloud cover. So it's still likely going to be a gloomy day today. And we do see showers and thunderstorms kind of picking up south of I-80, pushing into Galesburg. It's been in Burlington here for about an hour now. And this is kind of round 1 as we get into the next couple of days. This is not going to be widespread. It is not going to be a washout. It's just going to be periodic chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms. But looking at our front, again, this has been very slow moving. It just does not want to move out of the area. Again, it still continues to bring those chances for clouds. And just along that front is where we're going to see those rain chances continue to spark. But you can see future track, it's not going to be too much. So that's the good news, is we're not going to see a whole lot of rain out of this, although could definitely get some heavier pockets of rain as we get into this evening, especially on the Illinois side, as that boundary starts to kind of shift a little closer to the Mississippi River itself. Tonight we stay mild. We'll still see some more shower and thunderstorm chances for Tuesday, but still today and tomorrow I'm expecting plenty of dry time. But by tomorrow evening, what's going to happen is we do see a front another front, I should say, a cold front that's going to push in from the north. The good news is that cooler, denser air is going to really shove all of that humidity and the cloud cover out. Will bring back the sunshine. And again, the humidity should take a little bit of a step back. Looking at the rainfall potential, again, there is still some chances that a few of us pick up some heavy rain. But the good news is most of it is on the Illinois side. When we were talking about our rain chances over the weekend, most of the heavier pockets of rain were found on the Iowa side and definitely lightened up for Illinois. So again, that's the good news there, because I don't want to put even more rain on the Iowa side. Instead, we can get some more better rain chances for Illinois. Now, when it comes to the humidity levels, I know it's been a very humid summer. Last month we saw just nothing but humidity and rain. Well, now we have seen the tassel stage of the corn. We're over that hill, and now in August, as we continue through the month, we're going to see that continue to drop when it comes to the crop water use. So that means we're going to see some more comfortable days ahead when it comes to the humidity, though we're still going to hang on to it for a little bit longer. But the closer we get to September, where it does reach that maturity state, again, we should start to feel a little bit better, but don't get too excited yet. We are going to keep some more humidity on the board, especially as we get into next weekend. Now, for the middle of the week, I do think we will see maybe a couple of days of a little more comfortable when it comes to those dew point temperatures. But then by the weekend, we are going to see another ramp up of the heat and humidity, as well as going to see some more shower and thunderstorm chances. And you can see that on the 8-day tracker. As we do see some good sunshine again in the middle of the week, that should allow us to dry out to the ground pretty well too, before we do bring in some more of those shower and storm chances by the weekend. And again, not over with summer. We could be talking about a couple of days around 90 degrees. Devin.
All right, thank you, Morgan. Aledo is gearing up to break ground on a brand new aquatic center this week, replacing a public pool that's been closed all summer. The $6.4 million project will have a splash pad, an Olympic-sized 4-lane pool, and a bathhouse. The center will be run by the YMCA. Plans also include classes and programs for the community.
The Fenton Pool was built in the 1930s. It's past its useful life, and it's just hard to maintain now. That pool needed to be replaced, and that's where the idea for this came about.
Officials say it's mostly funded by grants and private donations, including a $600,000 state grant. Take a look at this scene out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where this morning flood alerts are still in effect. Today, residents are waking up to the aftermath of Sunday night's heavy rain and flooding. You're looking at the highway outside American Family Field. You can see cars have been left abandoned, a familiar sight for that area after the weekend downpour.
Yeah, Teddy, gotta dry it out. Oh my God.
Meanwhile, this morning, frustration for Wisconsin State Fair goers after the rain forced the fair to shut down early. Sunday would have been the fair's last day, but due to flooding on the fairgrounds, like you see here, officials had to cancel Sunday's events. Thankfully, no major injuries or deaths have been reported. This is the first time in 2 decades the fair has done a last-minute closure. And we also want to tell you that this morning the Nebraska State Penitentiary is damaged after this storm over the weekend. Take a look at this security video out of Lincoln. You can see the storm aggressively ripping off the roof's facility there, and also a state official says a multi-agency team came together to make sure everyone at the prison was safe. Time on the clock, 8:18, still ahead. The circus is in town. How the performers will bring this watery world to life in Davenport.
Good Morning Quad Cities keeps you prepared for whatever the day brings.
Now's the time to start planning ahead.
Stay ahead of the storm with Weather Impact Alert Days.
A couple of thunderstorms tomorrow.
Working overnight to get you the latest breaking news.
Today, crews are starting construction on a portion of I-80.
Start with a team you trust.
Do you think the greater concern is the higher prices on certain goods these tariffs might bring?
On Good Morning Quad Cities. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m. and streaming on WQAD 8+.
Do you want to see kitchen and bath remodel stories that are local to the Quad Cities? Then watch The Village Home Show.
Tune in Sundays at 10:30 a.m. for the Village Home Show, right here on WQAD News 8. Pay it forward.
Thank you.
Shining a spotlight on hardworking people.
There's so many great people out here that want to help and give back that they don't know that there's opportunity to do this.
Determined to make a difference in our community.
I always thought about a way I could bring good back into the community.
Help us keep the Pay It Forward movement going. Nominate somebody on the contest deals page of WQAD.com. We might just give you $300 to give to them.
You're going to make me cry.
News 8's Pay It Forward, brought to you by Essentra Credit Union.
For all these years that we've been working on the 3-degree guarantee, we have raised over $80,000. The money that we raise for each and every one of these organizations is a true gift to them.
This weekend, a new kind of circus came to town. The Cirque Italia's Water Circus is performing at the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds in Davenport, and we had the opportunity to speak with two of the performers on Friday who shared insights into the show's unique blend of artistry and athleticism.
Cirque Italia's Aquatic Spectacular is happening, so we have some of the performers here today to give us a little bit of a sneak peek. We have Eric and Raphael joining us. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us. We are so excited to be back here at Davenport, Iowa after a long time. And this time we are bringing everything different. We changed the show, we changed the acts, the artists, and even the stage. We are bringing a new stage this year. We are so excited to be back. We have 7 units touring between Canada and US, and this time I'm at aquatic show, the Water Circus.
Yes. The way you pull off an aquatic show is with a massive water tank. Tell me about this.
Well, when we started in 2012 by our owner, Manuel Rebecki, who comes from one of the most popular circus families in Europe, he wanted to reinvent the way to experience a circus. So we decided to create a new kind of show. We decided to don't use animals like the traditional circuses, leave the animals on the jungle where they have to be. And instead we believe in the human talent. So Cirque Italia always tried to bring the most talented performers around the world and high technology. Everything we brought from Italy. Basically we work with a huge stage that we brought from Italy. It cost $500,000. It's pretty impressive because there's only 3 stages like this in the whole world. One it's in Dubai, one it's in Las Vegas, and the last one it's gonna be only for a few days here at Davenport, Iowa. If you want to visit a first-class show like this, you should to go to Las Vegas and spend a lot of money. And here we have very good prices for the whole people and also promotion.
You brought it right to town. What's also cool about this show is that it's really plot heavy as well. You've got so many cool acts, but it really tells a story that I think a lot of people maybe in the Midwest can relate to. It follows Raphael's character as he goes from the small town to a big city. Are there any acts or stunts in the show that you guys make look really easy but are actually really technically difficult to do?
Yes, it's very difficult, but we have a very talented performers. They keep practicing every time, every day, at least 2 hours per day. And yeah, Raphael with many characters combine everything and make a really good show. Raphael comes from Brazil and he's actually our principal character. So yeah, I think you will enjoy the show. And we combine everything with a European circus style and a first-class show. And well, as I said before, the water stage is basically a giant pole, and part of this goes to the top of the tent while the performances are happening at the center of the stage. And we combine everything with impressive waterworks around the performances.
All right, before I let you guys go, how many shows are you doing in Davenport?
In Davenport, we're gonna have only for 4 days. We're gonna start Friday with our first show at 7:30. Saturday, we have 3 shows at 1:30, 4:30, and 7:30. Sunday, we only have 2 shows at 1:30 and 4:30. And Monday, it's gonna be our last day with only 1 show at 7:30.
One last question for you. What is it like to train for a show like this? How long do you have to train for?
It depends on what are you going to do. definitely, as a circus performer, you have to keep healthy, and you have to be very responsible and keep practicing every time. Even if you have lots of years doing whatever you do, you have to still practicing. You learn every day is something completely different.
Exactly. And we're hoping for a string of great shows here in Davenport. Thank you guys so much for your time today. Congratulations and good luck on all your shows.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For you guys at home, we have made it easy for you. We got the link to tickets up at WQAD.com. All you guys have to do is click on the As Seen on TV tab at the top of the homepage.
They have some nice dance moves there as well. I'm kind of looking over my shoulder, making sure it's not behind me. Catch the last performance of Cirque Italia's Water Circus tonight at 7:30. It's 8:25 on the clock. Let's get a check of our forecast and traffic now with Morgan.
Yeah, we are taking a look at future track rainfall as we get into the next couple of days. Not going to be anything too heavy expected, which is good news. And anything that does become heavy right now is expected to be on the Illinois side, which is also good news because they didn't see as much rain as Iowa did yesterday morning. Right now, we're seeing the fog begin to kind of lift up a little bit more across the area, but traffic moving along just fine as we're taking a look at those bridges. And right now, temperatures are sitting in the low 70s. It's still rather humid outside as well, and that still creates an environment for storms to form. Right now, we do have storms south of I-80 pushing through Galesburg, as well as in Burlington. But we'll let you know when we could see those brighter skies return, all coming up in just a little bit.
Still ahead on Good Morning Quad Cities at 11, giving all a good education, how we can help neurodivergent students have a successful transition back to school. Plus, turning grief into magic, what two mothers are doing to honor their late daughters and bring the magic to life for other little girls.
And let's get you one last check of the forecast with your News 8 weather kid. Presley, 2 years old from Galva, Illinois. We are going to continue to see quite a bit of cloud cover, quite a bit of humidity, as well as quite a bit of fog out there this morning too. But there is still going to be some chances for some isolated to scattered showers and storms. We're seeing some this morning, likely going to see another round as we get into the evening hours. But we do keep those temperatures pretty seasonable for us in the low to mid 80s. We'll bring in some pretty decent sunshine too for the middle of the week, so that should help us dry skies out before we bring back more heat, humidity, and storm chances into the weekend. But I will say the 14-day lineup, that's where the relief is really going to be seen, and I'm going to show that to you. You're going to have to stick around for Good Morning Quad Cities at 11.
A deep tease.
The deep tease.
Yes, I promise you.
It looks good.
Yes.
We're excited.
That's worth waiting for, I tell you. All right. Well, we want to thank you so much for watching GMQC at 8. Our next news is at 11 o'clock. And in the meantime, for more updates, you can tell a family or friend to download the WQAD 8+ streaming app right here, of course, because you get to see Morgan.
You get to see us an extra 30 minutes.
I tell you, and basically just great content, commercial free, just about.
Exactly.
Yeah, you
or
get
even the
pets.
commercials are a little. Yes, you get pets.
That
a little better to
sells it,
watch.
right? It
Exactly.
sells. All right, so yes, remember to tell someone all about the 8+ app, and we'll see you later. We also have more updates of our news, weather, and sports right here, also on WQAD.com. Have a good day.